think Nickmercs the biggest in the world. Lupo, obviously, he's a big ass. He's a fake. Let's go ahead and say it. Didn't talk about it before, but I'm in the mood now to talk about it. I think these people are the phoniest people in the industry, man. You know what I mean? Always has. Like, I'm just gonna release some stuff off my mind. Disrespecting me, disrespect Mrs. Assassin, Lil Assassin. Come on, man. That's how you get knocked the out. Guy thinks he's this Nickmercs dude. I don't even know what happened to him. I don't know if he's still around. He thinks he's like tough guy putting his who can I knock out in a fight list together. Like, who does? First off, who does that?
Look, you up. You gotta own it. You gotta be a man. You can't reflect. You can't hold yourself accountable. You can't be a man. Being a man is about holding yourself accountable with things you do. You want to get real about it? Get real about it. You put everybody around you in a tough ass spot because you're a dog. Because you're a dog, bro. And I've known plenty of dogs, man. But when you go below that 18-year-old bull, you a different kind of dog now. Now you're a weirdo.
This is by far one of the dumbest one-sided beefs ever. Can you guys believe it's been 8 months since the DrDisrespect controversy, where he got flagged for allegedly texting a minor in an inappropriate way, where he later admitted to it? Like, what the fuck was that about? That was so funny. Yeah, honestly, that was one of the most interesting stories I covered, and out of the whole streamer catalog. Like, most people will face one controversy and leave forever, but in that story, it kept on developing with nothing getting better, only made worse by Doc's actions himself. Okay, but despite that, let's put that to aside. We gotta respect that disgusting man for still, having a career. He persevered. Gotta give him that. But it seems like he's still bitter about that controversy, where he recently went on a bit of a rant, a crash out, once again denying all the sexting stuff and criticizing his old friends for disavowing him, such as Nickmercs. So for this video, I want to go over some stuff that he said in his rant, which doesn't make a lot of sense, and how Nickmercs literally made a good response, because throughout all of this, he did the right thing by condemning him at the time, but I guess to Doc and his fans, that was bad for some reason. Okay, so here's the full rant, as it says here, and I'm gonna assume that they took this video from his own YouTube channel, because the amount of times it has like weird edits, zooming in, going in slowly, it's so autistic, and it's made for like actual people with ADHD. It's so painful to watch, but if you want to put in the background and listen to this retarded argument he made. And again, if there's some of these points may be valid, if you want to be charitable, but the fact that he's saying it, from his own mouth, he has no common sense at all.
I think Nickmercs the biggest fucking pussy in the world. Lupo, obviously, he's a big ass. He's a fake. Let's go ahead and say it. Didn't talk about it before, but I'm in the mood now to talk about it. I think these fucking people are the phoniest people in the industry, man. You know what I mean, champs? I won't talk about it.
But I think it's so gay for someone to be massive in the industry and then be like, oh, they're all so fake. Meanwhile, this is the guy that admitted to sexting a minor inappropriately.
But I just had to say that. I did, and I know you guys know, but God, I had to say it. Biggest fucking phonies. I can call out all these people. I don't want to though, man. You know what I mean, champs? These people have met, like those two people met Mrs. Assassin and Baby Assassin, Little Assassin, right? They met him multiple times. So for Nick to go on some fucking low budget podcast and talk about us the way he did, like who does that? Pause the music. Who does that?
Okay, let's break down what he said. So one big point of contention for Nick's later on was that he feels offended because Doc was offended that Nick would say all this stuff about DrDisrespect. Meanwhile, he literally met his family. Like, how can you say all this bad stuff about Doc, your own friend, when you literally met his family? I'm like, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but at no point for this entire story did I see Nick say anything about his family. The worst thing he said potentially was giving him flag for cheating on her. That's it. He never called out his own kids, being like, oh my god, if their dad says is a weird creepy dude, they're gonna be fucking weird and creepy. Like, no, all the flag he ever gave to the dog family name was just on you, because you fucked up. Alright, you're disgusting, you're nasty,
fucking phony pussy. And then Lupo screaming at the top of his lungs. He's got 400 viewers now. No one gives a, he's always copied us, transitions, intros, all that stuff. He always has. Like, I'm just gonna go and release some stuff off my mind. Disrespecting me, disrespecting Mrs. Assassin, Lil Assassin. Come on, man. That's how you get knocked.
By the way, I hate people that do that. They call their own family members variations of their own name. Like, Miss Assassin, Lil Assassin. It's like that one guy, J Todd. Little Todd, retard. That
Fuck
guy.
out. This guy thinks he's this Nickmercs dude. I don't even know what happened to him. I don't know if he's still around. He thinks he's like tough guy putting his who can I knock out in a fight list together. Like, who does, first off, who does that shit, man? Second off, this guy wouldn't even fucking come close. No way. Anyways, I just don't know who, like, the type of mentality to go on and talk about someone like that. Like, you just gotta be, you're lost.
That's so disgusting. The idea of, calling out a disgusting, creepy guy sexting a minor. What's wrong with Nickmercs?
You don't do that. Time out. No. Especially when you don't know shit. No one does. Fucking rat's what he is. Lupo, fake, phony rat. There's a lot of people that I don't care about. I don't care about. The issue that I have with those two is that they met Mrs. Assassin multiple times. They met Baby Assassin. They met my family.
All right, guys. So life lesson from this guy himself. If you meet someone's family, you can never condemn them, right? Because by proxy, you're trying to stop them from having a career, not making any money, impoverish them. Like, what is this point he's making, dude? If Nickmercs, said awful stuff about, like, his kids, his wife, I would get that. But the reality of the situation is that, he didn't do that at no point.
You know what I mean, champ? They got sucked in by an over-exaggerated fucking narrative that was blown up by all these little anime, desperate for attention, zero life experience people on the internet, these trolls, and it was blown out and exaggerated. And then you got people going, but you admitted it. What the fuck do we admit? Some jokes and bannering? That's what we said. Wake up.
And that's not what it's so funny how, like, retroactively he's trying to go back on what he said when he literally admit, okay, most charitable, take from that response he made a while back, he still fucked up majorly. Like, I'm sorry, I just don't believe, just jokes and banter. Like, no, we've never seen the stuff, it'll never come out, but I have to believe 100% it was some weird sexual stuff that, regardless of the intention, should not be sexual minor, like, at all. And you just admitted to it in your own tweet. Like, you can't just, go back on your admittance, especially when it's published publicly on a tweet.
Up. We didn't admit nothing. Now, you're convinced, and they're all convinced by the narrative that was put out by, guess who? Rolling Stones, Washington Post, right? Little fucking depressed, deep-eyed slasher. All these people, right? These people we can't relate to. And it's unfortunate. But the real truth, after that, it was revealed. Look at these fucking fake phonies, man. I mean, you're literally, Nick's going on a podcast talking about us, champs. I don't even fucking... Talking about you. I guess by proxy, if he's calling out his fans, Doc's fans, maybe because, they're still watching this fucking creepy ass guy and still supporting him, having a career. If you support this kind of character, then yeah, you're also disgusting yourself. Not as bad, of course, but you're watching the wrong people. Speak up on it. And, like, for example, Tim and Z Laner, like, they're good people. They're good people. They responded in a way where it's like, hey, from what we've heard, okay, again, give me a call, shoot me a DM, whatever.
No.
In a couple minutes, boom, that's it. But they never did that. So for those that are asking, like, you should play with Z or...
I'm pretty sure I heard before, like, correct this time, actually correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure, like, the story was when those allegations came out from that Twitch employee, there was, like, a group chat with Doc and Nickmercs and a bunch of other friends, and they were defending him until he said himself, okay, I'm making this tweet, I'm making my statement, you guys don't have to defend me. Like, he literally told them, don't stand up for me, because, it's a losing battle. That's it. So, like, I don't get, like, if that really is, like, the narrative that happened, I have no idea, like, how this guy can, go back and just change the story where it's not what happened at all.
Or Timmy, the only way is they'd have to apologize. Not publicly. I don't care about it. They just come up and say, hey, made a mistake. Boom, let's get back into it. Then I'm good, right? That's how I deal with shit, right? Like, hey, as long as you learn from it, you apologize, boom, you move on. This whole exaggerated narrative that was built up, so pathetic, bunch of fucking pussies, is what it is. We've got Bobby rallied, we got Vis, we have to network to stay relevant or popular or do whatever. No, champs, all these fucking other people, they need each other. They need the streamer award shows. They need the network. They need Twitch. They need to do this. We need to do
Yeah, fuck those guys, for having having a career, having a good platform, being respected. Fuck those cunts.
Hot tub stream together. We need to fucking make sure we collab. It's like, holy shit, Dexerto, it's like a dick-sucking website for Kai Cenat. And when I'm not in a Lamborghini on the way to the arena.
Okay. One valid point. Whenever Kai whenever he does anything crazy on stream, they will make an article about it. That's the one good point he made about fucking Dexerto.
To win games on the main stage in front of the brightest LED lights imaginable. I got common sense people coming up to the two-time, say, hey, two-time, what's up, man? Congratulations on the Rumble. Congratulations on the YouTube monetization, right? It ain't
PDF pedophile. Anime picture, he, him, she, her. Look at this guy. He's still around. He's still relevant.
it ain't like
This fucking sucks.
fuck that. They want to believe that, but it ain't that ain't the case.
Are we done? Are we done?
Like, I'm rolling, man. But you know what's gonna happen? Xerato's gonna write their little article. Fuck, dude.
It's funny like how any person, whenever they get into controversy, they never go after like, you know, the actual valid criticisms made by people. They go after the publisher, the journalist, that, you know, just they try their best to, you know, to objectively tell the story as it happened. They don't give their own opinions. They just cover the sayings. And, you know, if he makes like a good point, hypothetically, if he made a good point, they would include that. They're never biased ever.
Fuck. Jake Lucky, he's going, oh man, did you get it? And what's his partner's name, who's like a hardcore liberal dude? They're all kind of hardcore, but like, what's his? Oh God.
Also, by the way, if you hire an editor, don't hire them, you know, if they do this kind of stuff to a video. This is the worst style of editing ever. A fucking monkey would turn off the screen. A monkey would write something bad in the comments.
Is it because... Well, maybe... Is it because he's not getting any sponsorships, or is there no game campaigns? Does any of his friends play with him anymore? His numbers are down. It's just...
What the fuck was that video? Okay, so that was his statement. That was his crash out. And once again, it's so crazy that he's saying all this stuff. He's still bitter about it. 8 months after, you know, the stuff happened. Like, if you want to preserve your career, be humble. Because you can't just be like, oh my, all these people, you know, the phonies, the fakes. Because you're the worst player in this entire story. You fucked up. You admit to it. There is no redemption at all. Just, you know, if you want to keep on streaming, fine, whatever. But don't go back and be like, oh, these people, they're all nerds or phonies or fakes. You look horrible. And for a second, I want to go back and reflect on the flag, the shit that Nick got for his reaction to this. Because like I said, you know, initially when the stuff came out, the allegations, he defended Doc, but then, you know, when he admitted to it, fucking clear-cut admittance, he backed down and he disavowed him. That's it. But somehow, I never saw that much, but like, there were people that were giving him shit for abandoning his friends. I have no idea how. This retard, DrDisrespect, is married with children, pushing 40, admits to texting a minor inappropriately, his words, not mine. So I cut ties, because obviously that's inexcusable. Now I'm a shit friend for not having his back. A bunch of brain rot morons on his app. I agree 100%. Like, Dog is one of those guys where, you know, his fan base is so big that he could be in the worst spot possible. And, you know, if he just keeps on fighting, his fans will fight for him. So I have no idea like how much shit Nick got for this, for his disavowal, but if there were people like, you know, calling him out, criticizing him, they're actual morons. Like, how the fuck you give him shit when he did the most rational thing ever? Also, I love his reply. There's what? Ricky, if you're watching, I love you. I want to kiss you on your weird deformed back. Okay, but now, let's watch Nick's reaction to this, because, you know, for the 100th time, he's in the right spot, but for some reason, he has to defend himself. I guess there's one guy who, you know, is moronic, and, you know, he's going on for quite a bit, but yeah, everything he said, I agree entirely.
You want to get real about it? Get fucking real about it. You put everybody around you in a tough-ass spot because you're a dog. Because you're a dog, bro. And I've known plenty of dogs, man. But when you go below that 18-year-old bullshit, you a different kind of dog now. Now you're a weirdo.
I don't know why he says dog, because whenever I hear people say that, dog, I think, you know, like, you know, gangster. You're a dog, man. You're an animal. And this one, I mean, he's right, you know, if you go below that 18 line, you're a fucked up weird dog. I agree. But surely there was a better replacement for that word, dog.
And you can't fucking, you have no self-awareness. You can't reflect. You can't hold yourself accountable. You can't be a man.
I think it's so funny as well because, like, looking back at it, I think Doc could have, saved his career, saved his reputation, because those DMs were never leaked. But I'm pretty sure the timeline was he went offline for quite a bit, but then came back right after, making like a huge redemption, a huge comeback. He could have had everything, maybe lost 20%, 30% of his fan base and respect, but he could have fixed this. But no, he fucked it up. Again, not defending him, because he's fucking disgusting. He admitted to it. But he could have, done some smart moves and saved himself. But he didn't.
Being a man is about holding yourself accountable with things you do. It's a really important part about growing up and being a fucking man. You're a father, you're a husband. Look, you fucked up. You gotta own it. You gotta be a fucking man. You fucked up. You don't get to go around and blame everybody else for the shit that you did. That's not what you do.
Exactly. Yo, Nick, you cooked.
That's not what you do.
Okay, so that's the first clip. I'm gonna watch the other one where rightfully he called out that weird statement he made about, he's a phony, fake, shitty person for calling out Doc when he met his family. Which, that point never made any sense, but he has to respond to it because his fans feel like he has to clarify that.
We already know the dude cheated on his wife. Then he's talking about this guy met my wife.
Oh my god, that as well. The guy has the audacity to cheat on his wife. Normally I don't care, but then to be like, oh, Nickmercs, you disrespected my family by calling me out. Oh, that's so funny.
I mean, motherfucker, you cheated on her. I met her? That's the highlight here? Yeah, I shook her hand at the Super Bowl halftime for 7 minutes.
I like to imagine when he says that, like he meant like he shook her hand for 7 minutes straight, not letting go.
Yeah, I fucking met her. She was a nice lady. I feel bad for her, man. I hope they figure it out. I seriously, I hope they figure it out. I hope it's great for them, man. I really do. I know him.
If I was, what was the name he gave to his own wife, Miss Assassin? If I was her, if I was Miss Assassin, I would have no idea how to react to this. My own husband's I'm not gonna get into it, but like, Jesus Christ, that poor woman.
I hope they figure it out. But I didn't go up there talking shit about his wife and his kid. I just made a little point that I think was important. How you doing this with a wife and kid? That's all I said. And I think it's a pretty fair fucking question. Because everybody thinks this guy is up on some fucking hilltop like we all pray to him or something. What are we doing? What are we fucking doing?
Yeah, it's so funny. I think that tweet he made, the reaction, this guy's pushing 40, having kids, and he's doing all this weird stuff, sexting with a minor. That's just a good point. However, I think it's because, he's so close with Doc's fan base, he got some burn from that. If he had a clean reputation, people would praise him for that take, because it's a good take. But I remember as well, I think around that time there was some controversy where he said, protect the kids, like a anti-LGBT, statement, and he got his fucking skin taken off the Call of Duty store. Either Warzone or some other fucking installment. That was so crazy. I think that was bad. You can have your own opinion on it, but if those events were more separated, his comment would be taken much better. Supposed to be treated like, oh my god, you're a fake friend, you're a phony, all this shit. When in reality, he gave the most rational reaction to that fucking insane story when it happened. Right, so there you have it, folks. This thing was so funny because I'm sure that Nickmercs has his own mistakes you can dislike him for. But I think it's so bizarre that some people dislike him for his reaction to that stuff. It's even more retarded that it's Doc himself calling him out when he literally has no place to do so. I think at this point, his audience is quite separated or different from the fans of Nickmercs. But if there are any people that are buying what Doc is saying, then I don't know, they have no hope. It's just so funny that they're going against Nickmercs while backing up DrDisrespect, the worst person to possibly defend in this whole story. Like, my god.